Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at some amazing deals on Warhammer. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so I don't have to tell you guys that Warhammer is getting pretty expensive these days. So as always, every couple of months or so, I like to point out some particularly good deals on various Warhammer products. Full disclosure, none of these products that I'll be talking about are mine, and I don't benefit from you buying them in any way. I do specifically look for items that are buy it now, so you don't have to bid on them. There's a set price. Look for things with a pretty decent amount of quantity, not just like one of something, because it's kind of pointless to point out a single good deal because only one person can benefit from it. And then finally, I pay attention to the actual like seller status of who is selling this product, just to make sure that it's not going to be some kind of trick or scam. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about Necromunda Ash Waste. So I know this isn't the most exciting. A lot of people don't play Necromunda, or depending on how you look at it, just not that many people play Necromunda, but it does take place in the 41st millennia. So it's like a Warhammer 40k based setting game. And a little over a year ago, the new version of the game came out, Necromunda Ash Waste, and it introduced like vehicles and the outdoor setting rather than like the cramped underhive. And honestly, the idea of it was pretty cool. The terrain was a little something different. The models are overall spectacular, but the price on this thing was an absolute joke. Games Workshop priced this at $310, and it quickly fell directly on its face. It was a complete failure, and almost immediately we started seeing this thing massively discounted. First it was like $250, then it was $225, then $200, and now you can find it for even under $200. So that being said, did the set fail because it's actually a bad set because of the ridiculous $310 price point, or is the answer somewhere in the middle? And I would say probably somewhere in the middle. So let's take a look what's in the set and then talk about the deal that we found here. So right off the bat, there's a bunch of miniatures. There's two different sides that are facing off against each other. The infantry are $50 for the orruks, and then another $50 for the bikers. That's $100 in orruks. And then the Ash Waste Nomads, again, $50 for the infantry and $50 for the big bug walkers. So that's $200 just in models for your two sides. And then it also comes with all this terrain right here. Each of these little hab module sets is $80. And then the like accessory set that goes with it is $60. So now we have $220 in terrain as well. And there's some scatter terrain included also, but we won't even put a price on that. So we're already at $420 in value. On top of that, you get all the stuff to actually play Necromunda, your dice, your vehicle dice, your templates, all that good stuff. It comes with also the big rule book and some tokens, another like $60 or $80 in value. So very quickly, we realized that this box set has about $500 in MSRP at Games Workshop prices. So let's jump over here to Amazon, and here we have Games Workshop Necromunda Ash Waste, new box set, $158.93 with no shipping and free returns. So we know Games Workshop is selling this set at $310 currently in their web store. So this is almost 50% off MSRP for an existing model line product, which is something that you almost never hear of because it's strictly prohibited by Games Workshop. So I'm not sure who liquidated all these box sets, probably Games Workshop themselves, because it is very much against the rules for anyone that is working with Games Workshop with a trade account to sell products any cheaper than 15% off in the United States, or at least to advertise them at that price. So this is an absolute stellar deal at 50% off Games Workshop's MSRP, and realistically, it's about 66% off if you were to buy all of the items in the set individually. So an absolutely awesome deal on a very cool product that really just fell on its face because Games Workshop was way too greedy when they released it. All right, so moving right along to the fantasy realms, we have Games Workshop Warcry Blood Hunt. So this one, again, free shipping, priced at $116.56. And this product from Games Workshop not too long ago was priced at $185 MSRP, but is no longer available. All right, so if you're not familiar with the specific Warcry box sets, this one essentially comes with the two large tree pieces and then the fort attachments, so a decent amount of terrain as well as some scatter terrain. And these are overall some pretty cool pieces, maybe not the most popular as the meat trees were definitely not a hit. And then on top of that, you're going to get 2 warbands as well, and then the book to play with those warbands. So you will still need the core rules, which are free online. You're also going to need some of your own dice and tokens, as they're not included in this set. But you do get 2 full warbands, the vampires, and then also the Khorne Bloodbound. And if we just take a look at those, Here are the corn models and some pretty cool, unique sculpts. If you're into blood and killing stuff, this is probably going to be a warband that's right up your alley. And then, of course, we have the sort of like vampire slash like werewolf shape changers. So pretty cool. And they have a kind of like a little bit of an oriental type theme going on here. And we have like essentially like shapeshifters as well as just like pure blood vampires. So pretty cool set there. A lot comes with it. And again, severely discounted over the MSRP. So when this set was first released, it was $185. We can now get it for about $116. The terrain that comes inside these sets is typically around like $120 when it's offered individually. And then each of the warbands will be priced at about $60 a piece. So it's about $250 plus like $40 for the book. So it's about $300 in value. And we're able to pick it up today for $116. So again, almost 66% off MSRP. $116 of the $185 MSRP. So you're able to pick this thing up for about 40% off what it was offered for just a couple months ago. So quite a steal. And if you didn't particularly like that box set, there's some other warcry box sets on eBay that you can find right here as well. $125 for Catacombs or $99 with 25 shipping. So like $125 for Red Harvest. Now both of those are from the previous edition of Warcry. But the main difference is the actual core rules are expanded in the new edition, and then also the token sheet is slightly different with reaction tokens. But all of the previous box sets came with a bunch of terrain and then 2 warbands, and were essentially like $300+ in value. So even if you just took the books and threw them away because they're no longer relevant in the current edition, all of the actual warband rules and core rules to play Warcry 2nd edition are free. So you end up with a ton of awesome terrain, 2 new warbands, and all for about $120. Which is the price of just picking up 2 warbands by themselves. So there's definitely some awesome deals if you're looking to get into Warcry, aside from the actual Warcry starter set. The new Warcry starter set is cool and everything. You can find it for about $85 or $90 pretty regularly online. But the warbands are not even complete warbands, so it's a little short to play the full version of the game. But it is a cool jumping off point. If you're into that, it's just honestly overpriced for what comes in the set. All right, so next we're going to jump back over to the Games Workshop web store, and we're going to take a look at the Warhammer 40,000 universe once again. And now we're going to take a look at Combat Patrol Thousand Suns. So not necessarily the most popular Combat Patrol, but it is actually pretty good. Comes with a strong sorcerer, comes with 5 Terminators, and then comes with 20 Zangors. And with those 20 Zangors, you actually get 4 of the Zangor upgrade frames that include the pistol and chainsword that we see in the pictures here, that basically make your Zangors 40k applicable instead of just being like generic for Sigmar. Now you can use either of the 2 setups on the Zangors. You don't have to use the pistols and chainswords. The Zangor blades actually have a decent profile in 40k as well. But the fact of the matter is you get a lot of the value from this set from those upgrade frames, which are normally pretty expensive. So when you look at this box set and you don't take into account those upgrade frames, it doesn't seem like all that good of a deal. So that being said, even though it's still offered from Games Workshop and it's part of their current line, it just doesn't sell all that well because it just seems like a ripoff relative to the other sets. But actually, when you take into account the savings and you take into account those Zangor upgrade frames, it's right in line with everything else, roughly like 35% off MSRP. But that doesn't mean that people are going to buy it. So $160 from Games Workshop's web store. Or if we jump over here to Amazon, we see we can get it for $92.90 with free shipping. There are plenty of them in stock, and this is the full current edition Combat Patrol, new in box. So again, a product that is $160 from Games Workshop with about $250 worth of MSRP product inside, on sale for only $93 because it has completely flopped. So once again, we see an item being sold substantially under Games Workshop's allowable sale price, advertised at $93, which is about $40 off of the MSRP for the actual box itself, or about 66% off if you were to buy the individual contents. So another great steal from a product that's in Games Workshop's existing line, being sold for a fraction of the MSRP price. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOgames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And then we're going to finish up here with two more box sets, one for Sigmar and one for 40K. And these are two of the best value box sets on planet Earth. So this one here we're on eBay for, and it is $90 with $13 standard shipping. So just over $100 for the Dominion box set. And Dominion has a full Stormcast Eternals army in it, over 1,000 points, and then also kruleboyz as well. So you have some orcs, you have some servants of Sigmar, the God King. You have the rulebook for the current edition, which still has about a year left on it. And just like the typical edition launch boxes, this is one of the best values that Games Workshop has ever created. I've done the breakdown on this multiple times, and there's somewhere in between like $500 and $600 worth of MSRP product inside, and you can still pick it up for $100, a fraction of the price. This is one of the best box sets Games Workshop has ever made. The only reason this box is still priced so low is because Games Workshop made way too many of them, massively overhyped it, and then dumped all of their stock on all the friendly local game stores. So they were stuck with hundreds or in some case thousands of these box sets and were unable to move them because the market was completely saturated. So here we are over 2 years after the release, and you can still buy this thing for less than half price for what Games Workshop was selling this new. It was originally $200 and you can still pick it up for $100, and it has over $400, $500, $600 in value inside. An absolutely amazing deal, a great jumping off point for anyone interested in Age of Sigmar, Warcry, pretty much anything in the fantasy realms. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and finish up with 40K. Most of you guys have already seen this box. Most of you probably already have it, but this thing is an absolute treat. I did a massive breakdown on the Leviathan box, and there's somewhere between $600 and $800 in MSRP, brand new product inside. All the models in this set are brand new sculpt. It comes with the brand new rulebook for 10th edition. It's a big old Space Marine army, and then also a massive Tyranid swarm as well. And here we see we can pick this one up for $200 with $12 shipping. So about $212 on this. And while Games Workshop did offer this at $250 brand new, it's not a huge discount over that brand new price, just because it was very, very popular and it's an awesome box set. But it is a massive discount over the MSRP for the items inside. So if you take into account what it would cost to buy all the individual contents of this box set, you're going to come out to somewhere between $600 and $800, depending on how you price a few of the kits. And we can still pick this thing up for right around $200, which is about 66 to 75% off of the MSRP of individual items. So another absolutely amazing launch box, a complete steal. And over the next few months, as the edition develops and as these things get slowly bought up, the price will slowly creep back up to MSRP at $250 and then over at $300, $350, maybe even $400 a couple years from now, similar to what we see the Indomitus 9th edition launch box selling for currently. So there we have it. We have went through some absolutely awesome deals. These are by no means the only deals available online. And while Games Workshop's prices continue to just kind of slowly creep up here, we can see box sets of Termagants for like $45 or $40, $50 for a single model. Just because the actual MSRP prices are going through the roof on some of the Games Workshop products doesn't mean there's not some amazing deals out there. If you're willing to spend a little bit of time looking and kind of scour the internet for some great deals, they are definitely out there to be had. So let me know if you enjoyed today's video, if you found any cool items that you're going to be picking up off of this list of things that we pointed out, or maybe you found some really good deals online that you want to point out to the community as well. Make sure to leave them down below in the comments because it really helps out. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring this video. If you don't find what you're looking for, check them out to save 15% on Games Workshop products. Link in the description. That's it for today for Warhammer Man Studios Games Workshop Deals and Steals. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.